Welcome to English Lab Stories. Listen, learn, and speak with confidence. James, do you know that we paid for 3 streaming services this month?
3? But I only watched one documentary, and I fell asleep halfway through it.
Exactly. And that's how money sometimes disappears. Not because of one huge purchase, but because of small habits we barely notice.
Forgotten subscriptions, impulse purchases, too much takeout,
And that innocent little phrase, it's only $5.
until you say it 20 times.
Today, we're talking about 7 everyday money habits that may be quietly costing you more than you think.
And don't worry, we're not here to tell you to stop enjoying your life.
We're here to help you enjoy it without wondering, where did all my money go? Welcome to English Lab Stories, the podcast where you improve your English through natural conversations about everyday life.
And today's conversation is about something almost everyone worries about at some point: money.
More specifically, we're looking at 7 everyday habits that may be quietly costing you money.
We'll talk about common situations, useful solutions, and natural English expressions you can use when talking about money.
This episode is designed for B1 to B2 English learners. You don't need to understand every single word. Just relax, follow the conversation, and use the context to help you.
All right, Grace, what's the first bad money habit?
Habit number 1, not tracking your spending.
I track my spending.
Really?
Of course. I spend money, and then I watch it leave my bank account.
Haha, that's not exactly what tracking your spending means.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Tracking your spending means keeping a record of where your money goes. For example, how much you spend on food, transportation, entertainment, subscriptions, and other expenses.
But do people really need to write down every cup of coffee they buy?
Not necessarily forever, but tracking your spending for 1 or 2 weeks can reveal some surprising patterns.
Such as discovering that your harmless cup of coffee has invited several friends.
Exactly. One coffee may not seem expensive, but small purchases can add up quickly.
Add up means that several small amounts gradually become a much larger total.
Right. Imagine that you buy a $5 coffee 5 times a week. It feels like a small purchase each time, but that's $25 a week.
And around $100 a month.
Now you're tracking your spending.
I'm also starting to feel personally attacked by this conversation.
The purpose isn't to make people feel guilty about buying coffee or enjoying their money. It's about becoming aware of their choices.
Because you can't change a habit if you don't know that you have it.
Exactly. Many people look at their bank balance and ask, where did all my money go? But money usually leaves clues.
Receipts, banking notifications, delivery bags.
And that drawer full of things you ordered online and never used.
We agreed never to discuss that drawer.
Tracking your spending gives you an accurate picture of your financial habits. You may discover that you spend more than you realized on takeout, apps, small online purchases, or convenience.
So the first step isn't necessarily spending less.
The first step is paying attention. Once you know where your money is going, you can decide what is worth keeping and what you could cut back on.
Cut back on something means to reduce how much of it you use or buy.
For example, we're trying to cut back on takeout this month.
Or, I'm cutting back on expensive coffee.
Are you really?
Let's not make any decisions we might regret.
Fair enough. But coffee isn't the only small expense people forget about.
Are you talking about our 3 streaming services again?
I certainly am. And that brings us to habit number 2, paying for subscriptions you no longer use. Habit number 2 is paying for subscriptions you no longer use.
I prefer to think of them as donations to the entertainment industry.
Very generous of you.
Thank you.
A subscription is a service you pay for regularly, usually every month or every year. Streaming platforms, fitness apps, online courses, cloud storage, music services.
And the gym membership you bought in January.
I actually use the gym.
You used it twice.
That's twice more than you did.
Fair point.
The problem with subscriptions is that they're usually automatic. Once you sign up, the company continues charging you until you cancel.
This is called a recurring charge.
Exactly. A recurring charge is a payment that happens repeatedly and automatically.
And because the individual amount may be small, it's easy to ignore.
You might think, it's only $8 a month. But if you have 5 or 6 forgotten subscriptions, those charges can add up to hundreds of dollars a year.
Especially when a free trial quietly turns into a paid subscription.
That has happened to almost everyone. You sign up for a 7-day free trial and promise yourself that you'll cancel it before the trial ends.
Then, 3 months later, you discover that you've been paying for an app that teaches you how to play the ukulele.
Do you even own a ukulele?
That's not the point.
I think that's exactly the point.
All right, maybe free trials should come with an alarm.
That's actually a good idea. Whenever you start a free trial, put the cancellation date on your calendar.
Or cancel immediately if the service allows you to keep using it until the end of the trial.
Another useful habit is checking your bank statement once a month and looking specifically for recurring charges.
Ask yourself, do I still use this service?
Do I really need it?
And, am I getting my money's worth?
That's a useful expression. If you get your money's worth, you receive enough value or enjoyment for the amount you paid.
For example, we watched several movies this month, so we got our money's worth from that streaming service.
But if you haven't opened the app in 6 months, you're probably not getting your money's worth.
Canceling a subscription doesn't mean you can never use that service again.
Exactly. You can always sign up again when you genuinely need it.
Companies make it very easy to subscribe and strangely difficult to leave.
1 button to subscribe, 17 questions to cancel.
Are you sure you want to leave?
Are you really sure?
But what if we give you 10% off?
Stay strong, James.
I'm trying.
Reviewing your subscriptions may only take 15 minutes, but it can reveal money that has been leaving your account unnoticed every month.
And once you cancel the services you don't use, you can put that money towards something you actually care about.
A savings goal, an experience, or even one subscription you genuinely enjoy.
So we've talked about spending we don't notice, but what about purchases we definitely notice and still make without thinking?
That brings us to habit number 3, buying things on impulse. Habit number 3 is buying things on impulse.
An impulse purchase is something you buy suddenly, without planning or thinking carefully about it.
You see something, want it immediately, and buy it before asking whether you actually need it.
Online shopping makes this incredibly easy. You can go from, that looks interesting, to, your order has been confirmed in about 12 seconds.
Especially when a website says, only 2 left.
Or, the sale ends in 10 minutes.
Those messages create a sense of urgency. They make you feel that you need to decide immediately.
Even when the product has apparently been on sale since 2019.
A simple way to avoid impulse buying is to create a waiting period.
For a small purchase, wait 24 hours. For something expensive, wait several days.
People sometimes say, sleep on it. It means to wait until the next day before making an important decision.
For example, I wanted to buy a new smartwatch, but I decided to sleep on it.
And what happened?
The next morning, I remembered that I already had a watch.
A small miracle.
Another helpful question is, would I still buy this if it weren't on sale?
Because saving 30% on something you don't need isn't really saving money.
It's spending 70%.
Exactly. You can also remove saved payment information from shopping apps. If buying something requires a little more effort, you have more time to reconsider.
A few seconds of inconvenience can sometimes protect you from an unnecessary purchase.
Speaking of inconvenience, let's move to habit number 4, spending too much money on convenience.
Convenience means something that saves you time or effort.
Food delivery, ride-sharing services, pre-prepared meals, express shipping, and buying items from the closest store can all be convenient.
And convenience isn't automatically bad. Sometimes paying for it is completely worth it.
Absolutely. If you're exhausted, sick, extremely busy, or don't have transportation, a convenient service can make life much easier.
The problem begins when convenience becomes your automatic choice.
You order dinner because cooking feels like too much work. Then you pay for the food, the delivery fee, the service fee, and the tip.
Suddenly, an inexpensive meal costs twice as much.
The same thing can happen with transportation. One ride may be reasonable, but several rides every week can become a major expense.
Again, the goal isn't to eliminate every convenience from your life.
It's to decide which conveniences genuinely improve your life and which ones have simply become habits.
You could prepare 2 or 3 simple meals in advance, carry a bottle of water, or combine several errands into one trip.
Run errands means to go out and complete small, necessary tasks, such as going to the bank, buying groceries, or picking up medicine.
And cut back on convenient spending means to reduce it, not necessarily stop completely.
For example, we're cutting back on food delivery, so we only order it once a week.
That sounds realistic. If the rule is too strict, people usually abandon it.
Exactly. A good money habit should fit your real life.
But sometimes people don't shop because they need something or because it's convenient.
Sometimes they shop because they're stressed, bored, or unhappy.
And that brings us to habit number 5, emotional spending.
Habit number 5 is emotional spending.
Emotional spending happens when you buy something because of how you feel rather than because you actually need it.
Some people shop when they're stressed. Others spend money when they're bored, lonely, disappointed, or even excited.
We sometimes call this retail therapy.
Retail therapy means shopping to improve your mood or make yourself feel better.
You have a difficult day, buy something online, and feel better for a few minutes.
Until the package arrives and you wonder why you ordered a lamp shaped like a duck.
It looked much more sophisticated in the photograph.
Emotional spending can be difficult to recognize because people often create logical explanations for their purchases.
I deserve this.
It was a difficult week.
I'm investing in myself.
That last one has been used to justify some very questionable purchases.
The phrase, treat yourself, means to give yourself something enjoyable or special.
And there's nothing wrong with treating yourself occasionally. The problem is using shopping as your main way of dealing with difficult emotions.
One helpful step is identifying your triggers.
A trigger is something that causes a particular emotional reaction or behavior.
Your trigger might be stress after work, boredom at night, or seeing advertisements on social media.
Before buying something, pause and ask, what am I feeling right now?
If the answer is stressed, perhaps what you really need is rest, a walk, a conversation, or a good meal.
Not another pair of shoes.
Unless you're taking a very long walk.
Nice try.
What's habit number 6?
Trying to keep up with other people.
To keep up with someone means to remain at the same level as that person.
Financially, it can mean buying things because your friends, coworkers, or people online have them.
A newer phone, a more expensive car, fashionable clothes, or an impressive vacation.
Social media can make this worse because we constantly see other people's new purchases and exciting experiences.
But we usually see the result, not the financial reality behind it.
Exactly. We don't know whether the person saved for years, received help, used credit, or is struggling to afford that lifestyle.
In English, you may hear the expression keeping up with the Joneses.
It means trying to match the lifestyle and possessions of the people around you.
The Joneses buy a new car, so you feel that you need one too.
Even though your current car works perfectly well.
This can lead people to live beyond their means.
That means spending more money than they can realistically afford.
Buying something to impress other people can feel good temporarily, but the financial pressure may last much longer.
A healthier question is, does this purchase fit my priorities?
Not, will this impress someone?
Exactly. Your financial choices should reflect your own needs and goals, not someone else's lifestyle.
And sometimes the smartest decision isn't buying something new, it's appreciating what you already have.
That doesn't mean you should never enjoy your money. It means choosing what truly matters to you.
So far, we've talked about controlling spending, but good money habits aren't only about spending less.
They're also about saving intentionally.
Which brings us to our 7th and final habit, saving only what is left at the end of the month.
Habit number 7 is saving only what is left at the end of the month.
Which sounds reasonable, until you reach the end of the month and discover that nothing is left.
Exactly. If saving is always your final priority, other expenses usually consume the money first.
So, what should people do instead?
One common approach is called paying yourself first.
That sounds like giving yourself a salary.
In a way, it is. Paying yourself first means setting aside some money for your savings before spending on non-essential things.
It doesn't have to be a huge amount.
Not at all. The amount should be realistic for your income and responsibilities. Starting small is better than creating an impossible goal and giving up.
You could also set up an automatic transfer to your savings account.
An automatic transfer moves money from one account to another on a regular schedule.
That way, saving becomes a system instead of something you need to remember every month.
You can save for an emergency fund, a trip, a course, a new computer, or another personal goal.
Having a specific goal can make saving feel more meaningful.
And remember, improving your money habits doesn't mean becoming perfect overnight.
It means making more intentional decisions.
Before we finish, let's quickly review our 7 habits.
Number 1, not tracking your spending.
Number 2, paying for subscriptions you no longer use.
Number 3, buying things on impulse.
Number 4, spending too much on convenience.
Number 5, shopping because you're stressed, bored, or emotional.
Number 6, trying to keep up with other people.
And number 7, saving only what is left at the end of the month.
We also learned several useful English expressions today.
Add up means to gradually become a larger total.
Cut back on something means to reduce how much of it you use or buy.
Get your money's worth means to receive enough value for the money you paid.
Sleep on it means to wait until the next day before making a decision.
Treat yourself means to give yourself something enjoyable or special.
And live beyond your means means to spend more money than you can realistically afford.
Now we have a question for you.
Which of these 7 money habits would you most like to change?
Write your answer in English in the comments. You can say, I want to cut back on, and complete the sentence.
If this conversation helped you practice your English, like the video and subscribe to English Lab Stories.
And remember, small expenses can add up, but small positive changes can add up too.
Thank you for listening.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.